All right. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. Mm. Peace, blessings, and enough love to everyone. Um, do hope that everyone is a-okay. All right. Do hope that everyone is a-okay and is basking in the beauty of what is happening here, um, you know, in this life that we are living right now. Anyway, it is so good to be alive and kicking. And so we just want to welcome everyone to Deep Dive, Globally Changing Lives. And of course, just want to thank you all for being here on this wonderful Tuesday. All right, so we are going to dive right in into today's presentations and today's webinar. And so we just want to thank you all and those that are on the varied YouTube channels. Really appreciate, really appreciate. And so we are going to start first of all with nothing else but our theme song, which is gifted to us from Queen Loretta Shadari, one and only Queen Loretta Shadari. And we just want to thank you all for joining us once again. And so at this time, we are going to play In It to Win It, because you have to be in it in order to win it. So thank you very much, Queen Loretta Shadari, for this awesome song, In It to Win It.
We are here closing doors, please.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Loretta Shadari. Really appreciate. Thank you ever so much. All right. At this time, we are going to have none other than our mindset, very important, because without the proper mindset, and this is in life, if you don't have the proper mindset, then unfortunately you will be at a disadvantage, because with the proper mindset, then of course you know that you would be good to go in everything that you do. You'll be good to go. And so the proper mindset is very, very important. And so at this time, we are going to have none other than inspirational speaker, and of course he is an entrepreneur, long time now, awesome person. I've come to um, you know, appreciate and really appreciate this young man, a trusted leader, and of course he's a mentor, and and so he's a business and leadership development and finance for over 20 plus years. He has proven to be an excellent teacher, and we must agree that, of course, as I said, he's a motivational speaker, of which he draws a lot of attention, um, yeah, and attraction from his audience by the way he engaged them, unlocking long-term unanswered questions. All right, and so at this time we are going to bring on none other than King Timothy Ferguson Jr. King Timothy Ferguson Jr. Over to you, King Tim.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you for your introduction. I just want to say it is always a pleasure and it is always an honor to be invited to come on to this call. And I hope that it's a great honor to me, and I hope that this will be a great honor and to you as well. And as Dr. Derek said, I've basically been working with individuals, families, businesses in the field of health for many, many years, starting off with physical health, and that led to financial health. And so, and why I'm sticking with the financial health matter even greater than the physical health matter is because I've come to learn that our finances are an even greater challenge to our physical health than our than in health itself. There are so many people who are experiencing matters as a result to financial health. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. I'm having an issue with my thing. So sorry about that. Having an issue with the reception where I'm at right now. That's the reason why I actually cannot get myself on the camera in the matter. But anyway, what I was saying is um, I see that when it comes to finances has a very huge impact on our lives in so many different variants. It's the number one cause of stress in America. It's one of the number one leadings to divorce. and this is one of the number one matters to the breaking up of families and bonds. And so, as a result, to me, it's something that I find is very, very serious, very, very important to really tackle and challenge. And listen, guys, my thing is when I come to this, and when I got into this for the matter of first recognizing the error and the evil that is in the industry. And so I want to say this just to be clear with you. When it comes to the industry that I operate in, the financial industry, whether you when anything that has to do with investments, insurances, mortgages, anything that's tied to money, on a scale of 1 to 10, where I trust this, I trust it as 0. Okay. Now, why? Because that some can kind of speak for itself. We all are aware of people who have been cheated, who have dealt with fraud, who have been burnt in some kind of form of the matter when it comes to dealing with money. And as a result, that's that matter. But so nothing new under the sun in that case. But when it comes to who I work with and who I represent, I trust them at 10. Why? Not because they treat me well, or I just know some people around there, but because I'm able to offer products and services to people that have, before are offered to people, first they are reviewed. We look at these products. We analyze and examine the products that are out here. We find the evils to these products, and we remove them, and then we fix these products. When we fix these products, now they're now fitted for the people in the way that the people need them. And so, as a result, my objective when working with people is helping people fulfill their personal best interests. That's what's most important here. And in the industry that we're in, and this is business, as a whole, most people do things for the benefit of others, but not at the cost at the business's best interest. And so, as a result, that's what separates us, separates what I do in this matter here. And so, when it comes to, I represent a company, for some of you guys that may not know, it's called Primerica, and I don't have I can't put up my slideshow right now for it, but this one, this is not the first time that I've been here with Deep Dive, and it's not my last rodeo as well. So I will be talking about these matters going forward, in the future. But basically, I just want to say, there's some really cool uniquenesses about the company that I work with and what we do. And that objective of what we do is offering total financial health. And just to give you a little bit of knowing about Primerica, some people may not know who the company and who we are, which is natural because we don't advertise, we do not have commercials or market. We are a company where we have extended ourselves and built ourselves up solely on referral-based marketing. And as a result, we are currently ranked number 1 in most trusted life insurance company. We're also rated number 3 in the most trusted overall. Now, I kind of disagree with the second one, but I'll accept that. Out of thousands of other companies, number 3, isn't horrible at all. And we have like I said, we have a couple of uniquenesses, that And here's the thing I want to picture for you guys. There's thousands of companies out there, thousands of financial companies out here. The first thing people may say, or that I can kind of see written on their face when I'm talking to them, they may say, well, what's different about you compared to everyone else? And in that matter, I say, well, hey, I'm glad that you asked. Here's what's different about us and what I do. One, I just want to say that we are the only company in America in the financial industry welcoming over 50,000 new clients a month. Okay, that's basically 50,000 plus families a month are saying to us, your programs are better than ours. Go ahead and switch us over. Okay, the miracle is that we, like I said, we spend $0 in marketing and advertising and creating this. The other thing is now our competitors spend tens and hundreds of thousands in doing this. A second uniqueness is we're the only company in the history of the industry approved by regulators, and you know how rough regulators can be. We're the only company to be approved by regulators to do insurance, investments, mortgages, legal protection, identity protection, all through one person. Now, no other company has been ever approved to do that before. Now, you can go to a bank. Banks can do it all, guys, but you have to see three separate people doing it. What do I mean by that? You'll never be able to go to a bank and buy an IRA from a mortgage person, or go to the mortgage person and say, hey, I want some investments at the bank. It just doesn't work that way. So we're the only place ever trusted to be able to do all through one person. And that's something that I would consider is very, very unique about us. And with this, we're able to, through that one person, for what we do, we're able to offer total financial health. And so we do. And here's the thing also, as I mentioned to you before, when it comes to priority and what's most important to us is the customer first. We don't market any financial product just to do it. Okay? As I mentioned before, we don't, everything is what matters to the customer and to the consumer. We don't do anything like how anybody else does it. Now, I'm just going to kind of, in explaining the total financial health, as I mentioned to you, the insurances, investments, mortgage, legal protection, auto and home. These are all things that we offer as products that help people obtain full total financial health. Okay? And so, most people may know a little bit about one or the other, or may have something about one or the other, but we work with all of these, and we work in a way where we do this right. So, just want to give you an idea, understanding. You guys are familiar with life insurance as one of the products. Basically, that's one area that we do. And when it comes to life insurance, I'm just going to be very direct and blunt with you guys. There's 720 other companies that sell life insurance. Why do people trust us? One is because we're ranked number one, as I mentioned before, and two, here's what's up not for debate. 719 other companies can offer term, whole life, universal life, IULs, variable life, all that stuff. We're the only company that's term 100% of the time. And here's what's also not up for debate about that. There's 4 times more commission to sell whole life, universal life, and any other term in this case. And also, here's what else was not up for debate. We are the only company that took a moral, ethical stance to even through all that matter, we're not going to do it. They do all of these things. We're taking the stance. We're not going to do it. Guys, I talked to other colleagues in my industry on the life insurance matter, and they say to themselves, man, you can make way more money doing what you do offering these other products. And I laugh at them. I say, yeah, you're right. I say, but I've taken a moral and ethical stance to say that I cannot offer a product that I'm not in agreement with. So, and here's the thing. They offer these products, and here's how I'm giving you guys some education here. So in the case when you ever come across somebody who's talking about insurance for again in the matter, I want you to be able to, rather than be moved by all the awe and everything that sounds good, you'll be able to come back with a couple of questions that I guarantee you they're not going to be able to answer. Okay? And so, what other insurance companies do is they basically create with their products of, like I said, whole life, index, universal life, and whatnot. They offer term life insurance like we do, but they make it really crappy long term. So it makes their other products look much better. Better long term, and then, like I said, they make more money out of it. That's their game plan. Guys, you remember what I told you? When it comes to this industry, I trust it a zero. Anyone who's offering these products are not doing things in your best interest. And I'm going to get to that to where you're not going to have to take my word for it, but you're going to understand. So, again, another thing that makes us different is we don't have a plan B when it comes to our game plan. Okay? So, basically, what am I saying out of this? We took all of the gotchas out of the term insurance so that it can be unique, better, and different than everybody else. When it comes to our term insurance, there's a whole bunch of uniquenesses, and here's some of them. One is that, and I got some of you guys, please take notes, because when it comes to these matters, you might have insurance, and and in this matter, you may know some things about your policy. It's important, to hear what we're offering. And like I said, it's my objective. It's never to sell people anything, but it is basically to show what we have. And if we have anything that is better than, and what I mean by better, it's going to be something that is better for them. And in this matter, we want to get you caught up on that, set up for that. So one of the things that we have is we have is basically we have a lot of what we call industry leading renewal options. Life is life, and things change, and so to have have a product that is amiable, that can be adjustable, is really great because it now can adjust and move with life. And so we do like 10 years level term all the way up to 35 years guaranteed. And when that term is done or renewal options come, we can renew, but we basically do not close. But when we renew, prices is 80% to 90% cheaper than anybody else. What do I mean by that? Usually people that get into a term life policy, they're going to, if they're still alive, their term expires, and then they have to renew at an older age, which means their premium is going to go up way higher, or they're going to have to convert to a whole life policy where the premium is going to go up high. We're the only company that does term age to 100. Again, we're the only company that offers term life age to 100, which means that if you got your term policy at age 35, that premium that you're paying at age 35, you're going to pay that until age 100. Nobody else does it. Nobody else is willing to do it. And so think about it like that. Pay the same premium your entire life. Man, where else are you going to get that? And in this case, you're not going to get this anywhere. And so one of the other things that's really unique with our term, because I mentioned to you before, when it comes to life insurance, most people think of life insurance as far as burial. Oh, I just have enough money, that I want to have, so when I die, I'm not cremated, or when I die, we don't have to do a GoFundMe. But guys, I want you to think about it like this. If you have a family, and you love your family, the one thing you don't want to leave your family with, who's already going to be hurting and grieving with your loss, is a whole bunch of debts and a bunch of challenges that now the family is faced with and having to change going left field because of that loss. So having life insurance is not enough. Having a proper amount of life insurance is what's important. And what do I mean by that? Having life insurance to cover your debts, having enough life insurance to cover a couple of years of your income, having life insurance that covers your mortgage, and having life insurance that covers education expenses are all things that we look into that's going to determine you have the correct amount of life insurance. Now, what makes us unique with this is we have a unique matter of how we do our policies called banding. And what this means is we can write multiple life insurance policies under one term. Well, what do you mean by that? Let's say you have we have a financial needs analysis tool that we do. We work with all of our clients, showing them where they're at and where they're going, and then what to do to get them forward of where they want to go. But with this tool, we gather financials as far as their household income, the debts that they owe, living expenses, and our objective is to pay off these debts and reduce and save on living expenses. But basically, when it comes to the debts, we can look at a matter of if you own a mortgage, you have 15 years left on your mortgage, and you owe $50,000. We can write a 15-year policy for $50,000 for your mortgage. When the mortgage is paid off, that policy ends. If you owe $10,000 in debt, and it's going to take you 15 years to pay off your debts, or whatever it is, we can write a policy in that amount. And when the debt's paid off, the policy goes off. If you pay the debts off sooner, you just cancel the policy. When it comes to education, we can do this. It's the same thing. And then with income, that would be the longest term we would write. Let's say if you're younger, a 35-year term, and we would write that for where that's going to be at least anywhere between 5 to 10 years living expenses. That's going to be in that. Why 5 to 10 years? Because hey, listen, you if you have a family, you have a game plan, you have goals and dreams you want to fulfill, and these are all goals and dreams to fulfill that's based on income coming in. And so The last thing anyone ever wants is now when the breadwinner passes away, God forbid, untimely, and all those goals and all those dreams are out of the window. So rather than putting the family in a position like that, we're able to help them have enough coverage that covers the family for a couple of years of that income. So they have some time to get on their feet, some time to make adjustments, however way they will, in moving forward. Nobody else does this. Nobody can do multiple policies combined under one, saving a fortune with volume discounts and saving a fortune in policy fees. And no one else besides us has something what we call is an increasing benefit rider. Now, what is an increasing benefit rider, guys? This is a consideration that you're younger, or you might be in a state where I don't need that much coverage right now. But you know what? I plan to own a home in the future. I plan to get married. We're going to have children in the future. And as these things change, your coverage is going to change. Remember I said you want to have the proper amount of coverage. And so we have a benefit that at the end of the year of each year of your policy for the first 10 years, you can increase your policy up by $50,000 without there having to see a doctor or anything. Your premium will jump up a little bit based on what you increase it by, but this is something we can plan for to say, hey, you know what? In 2-3 years, we want to have an additional $150,000 added to our policy to be able to cover our personal needs. Okay. Basically, the matter is buy what you can afford now, so your policy, so you can basically have the premium you need, and it is covered. And then as things change, which is what it will do when we free up more money, paying down debts and cutting expenses, you get what you need later on. It's a win-win, rather than I can't afford what I have, I can't keep it, or I don't get it at all, and in this matter. But you know what? Give me what I can handle now, and later on I can have it and continue to have it. Now, enough on the life insurance, guys. We also do mortgages, and like as I mentioned before, when it comes to mortgages, nobody does mortgages like us. And is it that they can't do mortgages like us? No, they just don't want to. And so we're very unique and different in that matter. When it comes to doing a mortgage, anyone who's familiar with a mortgage, whether you own a mortgage yourself or are looking to get a mortgage, and in this matter, most people are familiar with either 15 or 30-year programs, and they usually ask you, which do you want? With us, we're the only ones who offer wholesale rates, wholesale closing costs, and none of our clients make one payment per month. Okay, let me say that again. We offer wholesale rates and wholesale closing costs to all of our retail clients. Nobody else does that. In in regular cases with a mortgage, the banks get the wholesale offer, the brokerage is the wholesale cost, and then the brokers add a cost on top of it that makes your retail cost. Closing costs, everything is added on top of it. So nobody's going to beat our numbers because nobody's getting wholesale rates. So, and we offer these everything in two payments. We call it split payments. Not two separate, no, split payments. So if you have a $900 mortgage, we split your payment into two payments of $450. What's the significance of that? Because most people are not really familiar with how interest works. In this matter, and you're usually not going to get that sit down and education with the mortgage broker. They don't know that if you split your payments into two payments, you're going to cut your mortgage term down by 30%. What am I saying here? I'm saying that a 30-year term mortgage, if you split into two payments a month, is going to cut the term down to 21 years. Why do we do this? We do this because we're not a mortgage company. We just offer mortgages. Our objective is helping people fulfill total financial health, getting out of debt, and moving and having your money in a position where you're no longer paying compound interest to everyone else, making them rich, but now you're actually earning the compound interest yourself. That is now making you rich. You ask yourself the question: Who would I rather pay? Who would I rather pay interest to, myself or Visa? I've never heard anybody say I would rather pay Visa. But most people don't know that those options are available, and that's what gives us a purpose and a means of who we are, because we're the ones that are showing people that and showing how to do that and showing you how you can do that with what you already have. What do I mean by that? You go to some places and they say, this is what we can do for you. You just need to have A, B, and C. And so it's always putting your needs to be relied upon something in the future. Man, I got to make an extra $600, or I need a second job, or I need this to happen. And there's a high cost of waiting, and there's nothing greater than time in and of itself. And so we don't want you to waste time. So we're going to show you how we can do these things with what you already have. Anything that's above that is just a bonus in that matter. And so, so going on this matter, when we talk about total financial health, not only do we do mortgages, but we also do auto and home insurance. Now, what's the evil in this, guys? The evil here is, we explain to our clients to never be loyal to their carrier because their carriers will never be loyal to them. What do I mean by that? Whether you're with your carrier for the last 6 years, AAA, State Farm, doesn't matter. The one thing your carrier does not do is they do not tell you when rates go down and then offer them to you. Okay? They don't do that. They offer the new rates to new buyers. And so how does this work? Every 6 months, carriers, they adjust their prices, whether they either go up or they go down. It's what it is every 6 months. You're in the contract for a year, they're not going to talk to you. So we have a concierge service that we offer all of our clients. It's like this Ritz-Carlton desk service where you can contact this service at any time, give them your information, and get a quote from them for auto and home. And what they'll do is they'll come back with your information, and they'll come back with the quotes from all the different Class A companies out there, including the company that you may be working currently with. And what's interesting about it is that you might find a cheaper quote or a cheaper rate with the company that you're with at that time. And that's the part where it kind of might say, how's that possible? Because like I said, they don't tell you when the price is lower. And so you can then say, I want to lower my rate and stay with my company. Or if you're not one where you're not loyal to your company, doesn't matter, go someplace else to lower your rate. The benefit is cutting costs. Okay? Just think about that, what that is. Now, the other thing that we have that is very, very essential and important when it comes to our day-to-day and having things in order is legal protection. Okay? That's something that we offer. And when it comes to legal protection, there's also a lie in America, and that lie is equal justice for all people. Guys, that's a lie. And I think you all can be in agreement with me that that's not true. The truth is it's actually equal justice for all people who can afford expensive attorneys. Okay? You think about that, of how many things that we've had to let go because we could not afford attorneys to be able to help us with this. So we have a program, and I consider it's the best in the country, at $29 a month. No contract, and you have access to lawyers. You get a free will on a husband or a wife, and for a $1,000 value living will with medical and financial power of attorney. You get probate benefits. You get access to ask questions anytime you want. All of these things. If someone's messing with you in some kind of matter, you can call your lawyer, and they'll write a firm letter threatening to back off or else, or fix it or else, or whatever the situation is. And I myself have had some experiences with clients that I've had, and them having some matters where this has been a benefit to them. Someone's knocking on the door, and they're saying you're arrested because of something that happened 7 years ago. And they're like, they don't even tell you what they're arresting you for. There's no matter of what you can say, and then you basically contact your lawyer, and they're like, say this, do this, and do that, and they got to let you go. Because the way that this world works and how they do things, they may have a law, but they do not do things truly honoring the law. And so, little things as simple as, you get a ticket, you can contact the lawyer, they can contact the court, and in the matter, they can get it dropped for you. These are all things that happen all the time. Another matter that we also offer for our clients as association to Total Financial Health, and this is something that DrBenny talks to you guys all about at the time, and that's ID theft defense. We do identity protection. We believe in a client's total financial health. Nobody can be financially healthy if they don't have identity theft protection, because it just so happens that the number one crime in the world, the fastest growing crime in the world, costing America $40 billion a year, is identity theft. And So to say I'm doing okay financially, but not have, but not have it is a grave mistake. So what's the bottom line? The bottom line is the most famous company, you may have heard of. It's called LifeLock. They basically can charge you $30 or so a month for these matters. We basically have a program that basically is better than LifeLock, and our base plan costs people $11 a month. Why is it that our objective is getting people to get these things for less money? Because I said our primary objective is lowering costs and lowering expenses. We want to our objective is to get your money to be in a position of being liquid, so that you can make your money work for you. Okay. And when we talk about make your money working for you, that goes into the product that we're also that I listed. We've been listed number 3 in is in investments. Of course we do that. So when it comes to investments, our motto is no client too rich, no client too poor. So why do I say that? Because you might say, you know what, I have some money, and I want to sit and find out what are some things that I can do to invest my money. In most cases, you're either going to go to a top accredited investment company like a Merrill Lynch or a Raymond James or something like that, or you're going to talk to some dude who's probably going to scam you. Point in the matter is, if you don't come to them with the right numbers, they're not going to take you seriously. In most cases, people will go to a Merrill Lynch or Raymond James or even a TD Ameritrade, and they want to invest. They're like, yeah, we really like dealing with people who are considered accredited investors, people who make make over 6 figures and can open up accounts starting at $2,500 a month. And you may be saying to yourself, I'm not really quite in that position. We can help you. We offer some things for you, but they're not going to lend a finger to help you or assist you or to get you on board, because to you, you're a waste of their time. They're going to give all of their time and their invested time to the people who are giving them the big money. For us, that is wrong, okay? Because when it comes to the need of finances and getting our finances in order, there should be no discrimination in that. And so who I work with, whether this is a person who is saying they're dropping 6 figures into an investment account with me, or someone that says I want to open up an IRA for $50, it's my commitment to work with them, to help them get to where they are, where they're at, to get to where they need to be, and investing in them financial literacy, my time, my care. No different as if they dropped in something that just changed my life. That's my commitment, and that's the commitment of the company that I stand for and represent. And so, in other words, many people in my field, they call themselves wealth managers, and ignore and neglect the 90% of the population because they don't have the money to provide for it. So, it's very simple. We've scoured the market. We've looked for the best programs out here. And based on price, features, and benefits to really help our clients out, guys, to really change their lives, most of these investment strategies aren't available for them. So, we're there for them no matter what, how much or how little they have. We have many, many multimillionaire clients, but we give the same passion, teaching, energy, and resources to a client paying, like I said, $25 a month in their investments or $50 a month versus a person who's giving $1,500 a month or $15,000 a month. Doesn't matter. And that's unheard of in this industry. Okay. We also have one non-financial product. I mentioned all financial-based products. We also have one non-financial product that we offer to all of our clients, and that is smart home security. And so right now in our country, it's pretty obvious. Pretty much everybody has switched from flip phones to smartphones. You guys can agree, okay? And we all can also agree that nobody is going back to dumb phones. If you can agree. And so all of us pretty much have dumb homes right now. If you can think, what do you mean by that? If you say I own a home, who's your security? If you have an ADT, Guardian Alarm, company securities has been around for 30 plus 40 years, doing things the way things have been for 30 plus 40 years. We're living in a different age and a different era of life now, where these type of systems are not up to par with the way things are going. And so we have I've offered this product to many of my clients, where they're able to check their cameras. They can unlock things and change thermostats and watch things and speak through their cameras all through their phones. And it's a wonderful program. It's the most decorated, award-winning program in the country right now, and it's a program that I believe, everybody should have. And here's the thing: when it comes to smart home systems, I tell all of my clients who own homes, with the smart home system, you'll actually save more money on your HOI because more security, better insurance. So that's that I want to say, guys, that's a unique look at the only at the only place that exists in the financial services world offering total financial health for our clients and doing a job better than anyone else. Guys, I just want to thank you for your time, for hearing me out in this matter here. Anyone who has any comments or any questions, please feel free, write them down. I'll tell you right now, when it comes to this, because I know I share it's a lot of information. There's a lot of things that you've heard, that you hear. I tell all of my clients there's no such thing as a dumb question. Dr. Derek, thank you again for your time.
All right, all right. Wonderful. Thank you very much, King Tim Ferguson Jr. Really appreciate, really appreciate. Thank you very, very much. And of course, we are going to see if there's anyone who um, the raise hand is there. So if you want to ask a question or make a comment, and you can do so at this time. Let me just check our YouTube. All right. Okay. All right. So I guess everyone is cool. All right. Let me just check with our first lady, Queen Dr. Benny. First lady, Queen Dr. Benny.
Yes, yes, yes. Greetings.
Okay.
First, I want to appreciate. I want to welcome everybody. Greetings. Good evening to my queens and kings around the globe. I just want to thank you all for coming. Um, there is nothing else like loving deep dive. There are places that you're supposed to go, but you decided to come and listen to our King Ferguson, especially when it comes to this insurance. I want to appreciate him for that. But before I proceed, I want to take this moment to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing each and everyone this evening. There is no doubt about it, right? Uh, King Ferguson, thank you so much for your remarkable mindset and the inspiration you continue to bring. Your positive energy and wisdom truly uplift everyone around you. Um, when it comes to this life insurance stuff, I know that it's important to everybody. So that should in case something happens to you in the next future, let me say if you die, your children, hopefully if you buy the life insurance in the first place, right? I do understand that it is an agreement. Oh, proceed. I'm sorry, sir. Okay. So, knowing about the life insurance, that it is an agreement between an individual, somebody like me, and that insurance company, which will provide a sum of money based upon your policy holder and the beneficiary upon death. So if you don't have life insurance, it's going to be somehow difficult. What I have noticed to in our community, most of the time when it comes to life insurance, a lot of people don't want to do it. They don't want to buy the life insurance. But when they die, they are asking people like us to be contributing. So by you introducing this life insurance and the importance about it, I think it makes some of us to know, hey, let us buy this insurance. Let us communicate with King Ferguson when we need it, so that should in case something happen, your children will not suffer. And said, because sometimes the way I look at it in America, if you don't have that insurance, they don't know. Your children, they may not have the money to pay for, like to bury you, for your burial. So I want to really appreciate you for this, knowing that life insurance is not just a policy, it is a form of protection and love for those who depend upon us. So it ensures that our family members, they depend or remain financially secured, just like you talk about it, even when you are no longer there to provide them. And I just want to appreciate what you have done with your presentation. Insurance is very important to everybody. Thank you.
That's right. You're very welcome, Dr. Benny. And I just want to say with that Dr. Derek, you have my information that you can provide to everyone who's listening. Please give me a call at any time, and for a free quote. There's no wrong with that, and like I said, I know everybody who loves their family, are either one or in a matter they don't want their family to be in a position where they're dealing with hardships and challenges. And like I said, the judges don't care. You pass away, your debts fall on to the next person. Whoever it is, they want their money. And so, making sure you have things prepared and and protection, so that in that case goes, they can take care of it. That right there is the thing we can do. And if we're able to do that, and it doesn't cost you anything, if it's something, if it costs you less than a combo meal a day to have it, why not? And so, as I said, anyone who is who has interest and question in that, Dr. Derek, you can please share my information in the chat. I'm available, via phone call or text. Just to call for 5 minutes, just to say, hey, what would be the quote on what I would need in order to cover this in this matter here, and we go from there. And like I said, my objective is I don't provide anything to anybody that they do not need. So there's never a matter of convincing anybody or anything in the matter here. And if it's something you do need and you can't get it, or you find yourself having a challenge to get it, I'm committed to helping you make that happen so that you have it, considering it a non-negotiable. Thank you again.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, King Tim. Really appreciate. Go ahead, Queen Jacqueline Warner.
Hello to everyone. Greetings to everyone. It's glad to be back on this amazing platform. The platform that Dr. Derek deep dive into and help us to get our mindsets together. So I am grateful to be here with each and every one of you. King Tim, that was amazing presentation. I mean, it's of great importance. I know insurance is, and I'm glad that you brought it to our attention, because sometimes we tend to forget about all the things we need to put in place just so that our loved ones won't have, like you said, stress or GoFundMe and all that other stuff that goes with it. But a lot of I remember my dad, when he it was luckily that he did put money aside, so when he passed, I didn't have any problems or any stress, thank God, because some of the older folks always tend to think of debt, that it will come one day. And I think a lot of us don't think of it then until it shows up and says hi. So it is a good idea to look in and investing into some insurance just to spare us the heartache our loved ones the heartache. So thank you so much for that amazing presentation regarding insurance and mortgages and all the financial stuff that you bring to us on a every Thursday. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner.
You're
Really
welcome, sir.
appreciate. All right, and thank you very much, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Really appreciate. Thank you very much, King Tim. All right, moving right along, we are going to dive right into a deep dive into cybersecurity, of course, and of course, you know that that is none other than our one and only First Lady. She is an entrepreneur. She is also a motivational international speaker, and she is an uh, entrepreneur long before on passive. And just want to let you know that her doctorate is actually in cybersecurity. So she's not a pian pian to what she's presenting. She is legit and fully knowledgeable of the cyber crimes that are being conducted and will be able to guide you properly. So, without any further ado, none other than First Lady Queen Dr. Benny.
Thank you. Thank you so much, King Dr. Derek, for giving me the opportunity. Today or this evening, we're going to be talking about the top cybersecurity threat and development facing the IT department. So, in today's digital landscape, the internal IT department, they are facing or they face increasingly pressure to protect the organizational data, which data is information, system, and networks from evolving cybersecurity threat. So as technology advances, right? So do the tactics of the cyber criminals, which you guys know what is happening nowadays, making cybersecurity a critical priority for every organization. A lot of people, they did not really, let me tell you, the CEOs, they didn't care about cybersecurity, but now they have no choice. So one of those threats is phishing, which you guys know I have been talking more about that phishing. So this one is like phishing and social engineering. Phishing remains one of the most common and an effective attack method. When it comes to the cyber criminals, they use a deceptive emails. You guys notice that, right? They'll send messages and website just to trick employees in order to reveal their sensitive information or any credentials, often leading now to the data breach as well as or ransomware infection, right? The next we talk about the ransomware attack. It continues to be a major concern. So attackers now, they will encrypt the organizational data and demand for what? Payment. That's what they do. They will encrypt it. If you don't give them money, they will not decrypt it to you, right? Or restore the access. So these attacks can now cripple the operation, resulting into the significance of the financial and reputational damage. The next thing we talk about insider threat. You guys notice there are a lot of things that has occurred within companies when it comes to insider threat. So not all threat comes from outside. Most of the threat come from inside. Those who knows about your company, those who know about your environment. Okay. So insider threat, whether malicious or accidental, it poses now a serious risk. So employees with access to sensitive data can unintentionally expose your information about that particular company, or intentionally misuse their privilege. The next thing we talk about, cloud. A lot of things, most things now, a lot of companies, they are utilizing cloud. So the cloud security challenges, as organizations increasingly move to cloud-based infrastructure, ensuring what the security of the data or information, multiply the multiple platform and vendors now, they have become more complex, right? The misconfiguration and the weak access control remains what? A major vulnerability. When I talk about vulnerability, is weakness, right? So the next we talk about supply chain and the third party risk. Cyber criminals nowadays often they exploit weaknesses in vendors or the third party software providers in order to infiltrate organization. Now, so strengthening the suppliers, vetting and going by what? Monitoring, which is very essential for preventing these type of attacks. And another one to talk about is artificial intelligence power threat. So artificial intelligence and machine learning are what? They're the transformation of cybersecurity. So both as what? Defense tools and attack mechanism. Now, hackers nowadays, they use the artificial intelligence in order to create more sophisticated phishing campaign now to invade dictation, right? While the defenders, they will use it now in order to dictate and respond to threat faster. Another one is like compliance, right? Compliance and data privacy pressure. So new data like information, laws and regulation from GDPR and others, they requires organization now to maintain strict cybersecurity standard. Failing to comply can lead to what? Heavy fine and loss of trust. Sorry. Um, in order to do that, just to let you guys know that things are really happening out there. So, like I said, in the IT department, most of them are struggling with a diverse range of threat. The attackers now, they continue now to rely on strict tricks. Tricks are happening, right? That they have to wake up in the past, like phishing attacks, while they're trying to expand the breadth and the scales of those attacks. So when it comes to the cyber security threat, when we talk about threat, right? What is threat? Threat refers to any potential event or action or circumstances that could exploit um, the vulnerability to cause harm to an organization or data system or operation. So this threat, they aim now to compromise the confidentiality, the integrity, or the availability of any of the information that can be what? Intentionally. Like what? Likely hackers, they will attack or an accidental like misconfiguration, right? So this top cybersecurity threat, right? What it does is that within the IT department, it increasingly sophisticated with the artificial intelligence attack. Now, expanding this attack surface from the cloud adoption and the remote work. You guys notice that during COVID-19, right? A lot of companies, like should I say like 80% of the companies, they were people like us were working from home remotely, right? So we're working from home remotely. Sometimes it was good and it wasn't too good because sometimes you guys notice that a lot of people, they were not really doing their work right. Now, to counter this threat now, the IT department should implement multiple layers of defense when it comes to the strategies, featuring the zero trust and the architecture of this company. So, as we all know, when it comes to this, really, I know I talked about this ransomware, right? That it may come as a no surprise that ransomware is among the top cybersecurity threat today for those departments. So we have seen ransomware impact both massive within a certain organization. So a ransomware attack is a type of attacks where malicious software, they will encrypt a victim's information, lock them out, rendering for what? Money. That is what is happening nowadays. So, in fact, ransomware has a major implication as well for all parts of the businesses. So, not all can use a ransom attack because sometimes it will now jeopardize the sensitive and personal information. So we don't want to really dwell on that, right? I will just end here by giving my conclusion that the cybersecurity landscape is constantly evolving, and the internal IT department stand as the forefront of this battle. As the threat become more advanced and persistent, organizations like our company or the federal government financial institution, right? These organizations, they must move beyond a reactive security measures in order to adopt what? A proactive, intelligence-driven defense strategy. So by investing in employee training, every company is good. They need to save money to invest in order to train employees. Zero trust architecture, regular system audit, and the advanced technology such as artificial intelligence driven threat detection will be crucial. So ultimately, cybersecurity is not just an IT issue, right? It is not. What is this? It is a strategic business priority that requires collaboration, awareness, and continuous improvement in order to protect the integrity and the resilience of today's digital enterprise. Thank you all for listening when it comes to our cyber security. Thank you all.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much, Queen, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Oh mercy. What happened? Why am I looking like a ghost? Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Really appreciate. And does anyone have any questions? All right, go ahead, Queen Jacqueline Warner.
Yes,
Okay.
Queen Dr. Benny, amazing presentation like always. We are so grateful unto you for bringing the knowledge of cybersecurity to us every Tuesday for over 3 years now. So we are truly grateful. Sometimes it seems like it's unrelated to us, but somewhere down the line we experience it and we have to say, Dr. Benny spoke about this. She told us about this, what to watch for. And because of you bringing, helping us to be alert about it, it helped us to help others. We pass this information on. So the information you're bringing to us is not falling on deaf ears. Okay. And it's moving around. It's moving around. We're passing it on to our friends and our neighbors and our families. So this is really helpful, and it helps us to be alert because this is real and it's happening every day, every second. So thank you so much. We love you and we appreciate you.
Wonderful,
Thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support within this company and as well as this amazing deep dive. Thank
Amen.
you so much for coming. We really miss you.
Amen.
Just to let you know, thank you, especially when it comes to this fishing that I have been telling you guys, the emails that has been sent, a lot of them, you don't even know what is happening. They will send an attached copy of an email and ask you to click on it. You
Yep.
don't even know that particular individual, right? And why are you clicking on it? Do you know that person? They will fool you just like to insert something like virus in there,
Yep.
and it's going to disrupt your computer. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And just to piggyback on that, Dr. Benny,
Yes, please.
Queen Dr. Benny, sometimes they use your friends.
Hmm.
They use your friend, so you think it's your friend who's contacting you, or they might send them to ask for a new friend request. And I always say, like, if you was my friend before, what make you I never befriend you. So how are you asking for another friend request? So you got to be careful of those also.
You are on point. The unfortunate thing is that despite the fact that they send it through your email, they send it through WhatsApp and SMS, and you don't really know those people. Some of them would lie that there is a job opportunity, and for you to join them through WhatsApp. And I know sometimes some of us we are dying. We want a job. We're looking for a job, and please do not respond to those individuals. Uh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm. All right. Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner, and thank you very much, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Any other questions, comment, or anything to divulge on anything? And just to let you know that the contact information for King Tim or King Timothy Ferguson Jr., as you know, it's on the flyer. So just look on the flyer or in the YouTube description. His contact information is there. So you can contact him. All right. Let me just quickly take a look in the chat. All right. Excellent presentation. All right. Just good evening, everyone. Okay. All right. So those people saying greetings and so on. All right. So as I said, if you need to contact King Timothy Ferguson, um, his contact information is in the description, YouTube on the varied YouTube channels. That is on the flyer, and also it is on the flyer. All right, thank you all very much. And at this time, we're just going to ask King Tim to give his final comment. All right. So at this time, we're going to turn it over to our illustrious First Lady, Queen Dr. Benny, to give her final comments.
Oh, thank you so much. Cybersecurity threats are generally an everlasting present danger in today's digital landscape. So, by understanding the nature of these threats, empowering individuals with the knowledge and the awareness and implementing a robust defense, the strategy, we can navigate in the digital landscape with confidence and what? Security. So, as you understand, I stated before that when you invest, if you have a company, right, you invest now in employees training, regular system audit, and advanced technology such as artificial intelligence driven threat detection will be crucial. Ultimately, cybersecurity, like as you all know, is not just an IT issue. So it is a strategic business priority that requires what? Collaboration, awareness, and continuous improvement in order to protect the integrity and the resilience of today's digital enterprise. Hmm? Very important. Cybersecurity is constantly evolving nowadays. And an internal, the IT department, right? Information technology department, it stands now at the forefront of this battle. As the threat becomes more and more advanced and persistent, organizations like the federal government, financial institution, health industry, they must now move beyond a reactive security measure, right? In order to adopt proactive intelligence driven defense strategy. Thank you so much, King Dr. Derek.
All right. Thank you very much, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Really appreciate, really appreciate. Thank you ever so much. All right. So we are winding down and bringing down the curtains on another deep dive. So we just want to thank everyone that have um, came out on the deep dive globally changing lives. Thank you for those on YouTube, and remember the week continues every weekday, Monday through Fridays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know the time change. But it's always 7. I mean, it's always 1, right? Just that the Eastern Standard and the Eastern Daylight kind of get people confused a little sometimes. But yes, we are back on the Eastern Standard Time. So just remember but it's still 7. It's still 1. So 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that will be the dynamic Yvonne duo, which is Queen Dr. Yvonne and Queen Yvonne Finn for one global movement. And then, of course, you'll come to Tuesday and Thursday, which is 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and that will be deep dive. At 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, then you'll have O Passion Global, Singapore and Malaysia, and then back again on Sunday with Dream Team. Monday, we always have the Mindset Monday at 7 p.m. All right, so that is the lineup for the rest of the week and into next week. So thank you all very much. We see you on Thursday, 7 p.m. God's Spear Life, Eastern Daylight Time. So for those that are on our YouTube's channels, thank you very much for joining us. Have a wonderful, blessed evening, and take best care, peace, blessings, and enough holy, plenty, a lot of love. Take care, those on YouTube.